We will rock and roll on this. So we are live now on every platform. If you don't know who I am or have never seen anything about me, my name is Brad. I own a contractor coaching business and podcast, and I help contractors maximize their profits in their business, how to sell high ticket, high profit margin jobs, and how to get off the tools, how to systematize their business, all that stuff that goes along with their business. That's what I help them do inside my profit blueprint, which is my process that I have. So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about how to create your ideal lifestyle. Every one of us have in our head, in our beliefs of a lifestyle that we want to live. Most of us don't even come close to having that type of lifestyle that we want. It's a wish, it's a pipe dream. Oh, it'd be great if I won the lottery. Oh, if I had $1 million, I would do this. All of these things that we wish, and if we had this, we would do that, and all this stuff. What I'm telling you is that you can have the kind of lifestyle that you want. And I'm not sitting there telling you that you could have $100 million by the end of the year. I'm not telling you that. But what I'm telling you is that what happens for a lot of contractors is they start their business, whether out of a necessity or because they want to start their own business. And then they wake up 3, 5, 7 years later and they're stuck and they don't know how to get out of that. And they're not living the life that they want. They've now become a slave to their own business, right? So the business is basically telling them what they're going to do. It's telling them when they can go on vacation, if they can even go on vacation. The business has control of them and everything that they do, and they can't stop the train, the crazy train, as I call it, the crazy cycle. But you can't stop the crazy cycle or the crazy train, because if you do, everything's going to break, right? The income stops. Your lifestyle, even though it's not the one that you want, your lifestyle that you have now stops, and then you just get stuck, right? So one of the first things that we need to do to have the lifestyle that we want, and it sounds so easy, it sounds so primitive, but most of us don't do this. And that is, we actually have to sit down and create on paper the lifestyle that we actually want. It sounds like a very simple thing, but most people don't do this. We don't actually sit down and create on paper the lifestyle that we want. Now, there's lots of different ways you can do this. There's lots of different tips and tricks and routines and things that you can do. And I'm not going to get too deep into like different things that you can do, right? I'm not saying like it's the secret. If you manifest it, if you visualize it, it's going to manifest it. I'm not talking about all that stuff. I'm talking about actually going on a piece of paper or on an iPad or whatever, I don't give a crap, and writing down, this is what I want out of life, separate of my business. This is what, if you're married, this is what my wife and I want. If you have a family, this is what we want to do as a family. And that can be material things. It can be experiences. It can be whatever. It's unlimited to what your imagination is as far as what you want to do and what you want your life to look like. Okay. But if you don't sit down and actually write this out, I can almost guarantee you that you will never have that lifestyle. Yeah. Now you can have positive energy is good, 100%. And if you believe in the secret and manifestation and all that, then I'm not here to tell you that that stuff doesn't work. But that's not exactly what I'm talking about, although that's like a tactic to get what you want. I'm talking about simply writing it down. And there's a little inside the Profit Club, which is my paid coaching group. We have a spreadsheet that I'm going to kind of talk you through this because this is going to help you kind of lay this out for you. One of the very first exercises that I have everybody do in my group is go through this, because this is what we need to tie something to. We have to have a destination in our life so that all of the hard work that we put into our business and in our, in ourselves is for a reason. It's for this reason, what we want our ideal lifestyle to look like. And so there's really there's 7 steps here, but there's really the basic premises of this is you write down, what do you want? Like, that's it. What do you want? So here's an example I have pulled up here. You guys can't see this on TikTok, um, but I can share this on. Actually, I can share this on the internets, on the interwebs. So let me just share my screen here real quick, so you guys can see it, and you guys on TikTok just have to listen to me. Let's see here. Share screen. Let's go with this one. Boom. There we go. So this is just again, it's an example of a worksheet. Okay. So hold on one second. I'm sorry. 1 second. That's not the one I wanted to pull up. Bear with me. Doesn't always go right the way that you want. Okay. We're just going to have to go with a blank one here. Sorry about that. So, first column, what do I want? You write it down. Okay. Second column, why do I want it? Why do I want this thing? You got to have a reason behind why you want it. Okay. Third column is, when do I want it? Now, this is important to understand that some of your goals are not going to happen this year. They may not happen for 5 or 10 years, right? But you still got to plan for them now. Like, if you're going to buy a house, if you want to buy 50 acres and build a house and homestead and all that, you got to start planning now. So, when do I want it? Step 4 is this a need or a want? Because sometimes there's things that we need, sometimes there's things that we want, and there's nothing wrong with either, but it helps to identify these, because it's going to help to, when we go to rank these, where we're at. Number 6 is, or 5, I'm sorry, is, how much will this cost me? So everything that we want to do is going to have a cost associated with it. If it's a house, there's a physical cost. If it's a vacation, then there's a cost there, right? Where it's for that experience. Maybe you don't want to work. Maybe when you're 50, maybe you're 40 now, and in 10 years you want to be able to retire, or you want to be able to slow down and only work 20 hours a week. It's whatever you want. It's your life. You can design it however you want. So if you want to slow down, only work 20 hours a week, and then have the other 20 hours to go fishing or whatever, then you have to figure out like what it's going to cost financially to be able to do that. And so you put a dollar amount to this so that you can have an idea what this is going to cost. Now, this isn't like exact. You got to get it down to the penny and all that stuff. It's just, this is a ballpark of what it's going to cost me. Step 6 is, you're going to rank them. You're going to rank these things that you just listed out in order. Okay. You're going to rank them as far as like what's most important to you to get. If I can't get, let's say you put 7 things on this list. If I can't get the other 6, number 1 is a must have. I have to have this. So you rank it like that. And then the last step on step 7 is you can write out a cost per month. So you average this out over whatever it is, and then you come up with a dollar per month figure. So some of these things may be, you don't need them for 3 years, right? You won't need this for 3 years, but it's going to cost me $200,000 in 3 years. So if I break that down, how much per year, how much per month, it's going to spit out a dollar amount of what that is per month. And so as you start to add up all of these things that you want, the lifestyle that you want, it's going to spit out a dollar per month and a total cost. So your total cost may end up being $5 million, and your cost per month may end up being $10,000 per month or $20,000 per month. And so it just allows you to see, like, okay, if this is the lifestyle that I want, this is what I want to have, this is what it's going to cost me. And if it's telling me I need to make $20,000 per month based on, payments or saving for down payments or whatever, and I'm only making $10,000 per month, and I need to make $20,000 per month, you're going to have to make some decisions here. You're going to have to figure out how to make your business be more profitable, how to make you more money. Because the whole purpose of owning a business is to be able to help us. It's for our benefits. We don't start a business because we just want to give 15 people a job. We don't start a business for ourselves because we want all the headache of dealing with clients on a regular basis who may be needy or nitpicky, because that's just what we really like doing. No, we start a business so that it can support. It's a tool. Our business is a tool to support the lifestyle that we want. But if you don't even know what lifestyle you want, then you could be shortchanging yourself $5, $10, $20,000 a month, not even realizing it, that, oh crap, I need to make an extra $10,000 per month if I want to actually have this kind of lifestyle. A lot of us think that we get like a second chance at life. I've done this. Man, the next time around, I'm going to do this differently. It's like, no, this is it. This is all you get. There is no second time, right? But we wake up and it's 5 years later and we say, how did we get here? How have I been in business for 5 years and I'm not making the money that I want? I'm stuck, right? It's because we're reacting to our day. We're reacting to the business. We're letting the business tell us what to do instead of telling the business what we want it to do. And so when you create your lifestyle, it now sets an expectation for yourself. It has a target that you can now hold yourself accountable to. And if you realize, like, okay, I need to make 20,000 a month to have this lifestyle, and my business is only doing 10, how can I generate an extra $10,000 a month? I need to figure out a way as quickly as possible to generate an extra $10,000 per month so that I can live the kind of lifestyle that I want. And that's the benefit of this exercise, is so that you can do that. Now, I want to, if you guys have any questions about this business in general, throw them in the comments, because I want to give you guys an opportunity to answer those questions for you. But I really wanted to cover this, what kind of lifestyle and what it's required, because most people, when I put them through this, most of my clients, when I put them through this exercise, and I say, what did you learn? Like 99% of them say, I don't make enough money. And I respond with, that's correct. Because over 90% of contractors that I talk to, they don't make enough money, meaning you guys aren't charging enough. So if you want to be able to afford the kind of lifestyle that you want, a lot of us believe we have to scale our business. We have to hire more people. We have to do more volume. And most of the time, that is not the case. Most of the time, that's a myth in construction. It's a myth that you have to scale your business to have 15 employees if you want to be able to make $200,000, $300,000 a year in personal income. It's a myth. You don't have to do that, because what happens is they're not maxed out at their profits. They're not maximizing their profit margins, even when they're just a one-man show. And then they hire someone else, and they hire two people, and they're only at 30% gross profit margins, and they're not making enough money. They're making enough to pay their bills and maybe pay themselves a decent salary, $60,000 a year, but they're not going to be able to make more money. And so in their mind, the only way that they can actually make more money is to hire more people, because they're maxed out. They're at 30% gross profit. They're maxed out. They need to hire more people so that they can make more money for each person they hire. And that's not right. You have to max out your profit first and then hire people, so that when you do hire people, you're actually scaling a higher profit margin. You don't scale just so that you can like basically, get the basic number that you need. You scale because you want to actually exceed your goals so you can make even more money beyond your wildest dreams. And I talk to hundreds of contractors every single day, and they do this wrong. So in the comments, throw a one in the comments right now. If maybe you haven't done this a specific type of planning, but like, this is what I want. These are the things that I'm trying to do in my life. If without a shadow of a doubt, that's what you want, throw a one in the comments. I just want to get an idea. And if you don't know or somewhat know, throw a two in the comments. If you know for sure, like exactly what you want, throw a one. And if you don't know exactly what you want, put a two in the comments. I want to take a litmus test here of where everybody's at on this. So let me turn that off there. And while you're doing that, I'm going to grab a drink of water here. I got one, says two. By the way, whoever put two on Facebook, I can't see your name. There should be a link right above or below this video. You can click on it to give access so I can see your name. I got a two on TikTok. I haven't seen any ones yet come in. Haven't seen any ones. Where are we at? John. What's up, John? I don't know what you mean by that. Where are we at? Did you just come in? Did you just pop in? Okay, so I don't see any ones yet. If you didn't hear it, if you know exactly what you want, which, John, you should kind of know because you went through this exercise. If you know exactly what you want in your life, then you should throw a one in the comments. And then if you don't know exactly what you want, throw a two in the comments. But you should be a one because you went through this exercise, John. So you pretty much know what the kind of lifestyle that you want. That's what we're talking about, designing your ideal lifestyle. Okay, I've got another two pop in here. So lots of twos. John's a one. John's one of my clients, and he just recently went through this exercise. What was John? Let me ask you this: What when you went through that exercise, when you got done, like, what was your initial reaction to seeing all that? You can just kind of summarize it if you want, real quick. Just kind of curious what your initial reaction was to that information once you did the exercise. You guys, while we're talking with John here, if you have any questions, throw them in the chat, and I'd be more than happy to help you with them. Yeah, John said his reaction was, holy shit, I have a lot of things to take care of to reach that goal. Exactly. And that is the most common reaction that I get whenever clients go through this exercise. So if you guys are on TikTok, if you're watching YouTube or Facebook, you should sit down and write this out. You don't have to do the exact same worksheet that I was talking about, but you just need to write down, what do you want? Why do you want it? When do you want it? How much is it going to cost you to have this? And then rank them and figure out per month what it's going to cost. That way you have a dollar amount of what you're shooting for. It's amazing. It's really amazing that people create limiting beliefs for themselves around what's possible based on their current mindset that they have. And so a lot of people will say, I'm already the most expensive guy in my town. There's no way I can make more money, right? Based on this belief that they have. And most of the time, that's not true. Now, I'm not saying that it's always as simple as raising your prices, but there are other ways that you can generate more money. There's upsells. You can upsell clients. There's other ways that you can offer services, bundle services, so that you can get more dollar amount per client. There's lots of ways that you can get creative to generate more revenue per client without actually raising your prices per se, if you are in fact maxed out, which I don't believe to be true. But for the sake of argument, if that's true, there's other ways that you can make more money. It's not just always raising your prices. But That's the excuse I get. And they haven't raised their prices. They're not getting a 50% gross profit. And they're giving me the excuses that it's not going to work in my town. It won't work in my trade. There's too many people doing other stuff, cheaper, contractors, blah, 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 blah. All the excuses that come out. And it's simply not true. Like it's just not even, it's not true. I have clients that live in towns of 5,000 people. There's only 5,000 people in their town. And they said, I don't think I'm going to be able to raise my prices. They were at 30%. And after going through some training and helping them and some confidence, they sold a job at not just 50% gross profit, but 60% gross profit in a town of 5,000 people. So it is possible. I don't care where you live or what you do. It's usually your own head trash. It's usually your own limiting beliefs that are keeping you from living the lifestyle that you want. It's almost always your limiting beliefs that are keeping you from living the lifestyle that you want. It's almost never external circumstances that's keeping you from living the lifestyle that you want. Yes, you're going to blame lack of labor pool. Yes, you're going to blame too much competition. Yes, you're going to blame people are too cheap. You're going to have all the excuses that everyone has, and it's just not true. And I see this over and over and over and over again. One of my favorite things for me is whenever a client joins my program and they still have some of this limiting beliefs, and we kind of like challenge them. I challenge them on it, and then they go out and they sell a job for the first time at a 50% gross profit. And I say, how was that experience? And they go, crazy. Like they didn't even balk at the price. I thought for sure they would tell me that's too expensive. And I, raised my price by $2,000 more than I would have normally charged. And they said, okay, great. When can we get started? And I'm like, yeah, because this whole time you've been cheating yourself based on a false belief that you gave yourself, based on all the external garbage that you put in your brain, because garbage in equals garbage out. So when you go talk to your contractor buddy, maybe he's been in business for 7 years and you're 3 years in, so you kind of listen to what he has to say, and he's like, oh yeah, you'll never be able to charge that much. The most you'll ever be able to charge in this town is 25% markup or 25% gross profit, which aren't the same. You'll never be able to mark up materials. Nobody will ever do that. No, never happened. I've been doing this for 7 years and never happened. You're like, oh, okay. It never happened then. I guess I'll just listen to Joe Blow here, who still lives in a trailer park, drinks beer every night. That's who I'm going to take advice from, because he's been doing it for 7 years. Clearly, he knows what he's doing. And so you take that limiting belief, you insert it into your brain programming, sink it in there, beep, 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 and now it's programmed into your brain. And that's what you go for the next 3 to 5 years in your business, because, Joe Blow down by the river in the trailer park told you one time that you'll never get that price. And so you just believed it. And that's what you base your whole business model on. Like that's some of the ridiculous things that I run across when I'm talking with contractors, because I ask them, I say, how did you come up with those numbers? Where did you get those numbers from? Who told you that's what you should charge? I don't know. That's just, on you go on Facebook, and that's most people say they do a 25% markup on materials. And so that's what how you came to the conclusion of what you're going to charge. I mean, yeah, that's what it seemed like the normal. And those are the regular conversations that I have, like almost daily. And so one of the reasons why I'm passionate about this is to try and get contractors out of this mindset, because I was that guy. I was that contractor that I just explained to you, and I was that guy for almost 9 years in my business, having this false belief around what's possible. I'll never be able to charge that much. No one will ever pay for consultations. Everybody does free estimates. I'll never be able to make that much money. Blah, 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 blah. Like I was that guy. So I know what it's like to be on that end, to be on the crazy cycle, to feel hopeless, to quit your business in your mind. I always joked I quit my business 374,000 times because I'd probably quit my business 3 times a day every day that I was in business, right? Because that's just based on what we believe, which is not even true. It's not. So I have to laugh because I did this, and it's ridiculous how long I did it for. Most people aren't as stubborn or as dumb as I am to go that long. Most people get like 3 years in and be like, screw this. I can go make more money flipping burgers at McDonald's. Not me. I was like, I can figure it out. And so I did that forever, forever and ever. Yeah, Evan. Yeah, I call it the crazy cycle, man. It's the crazy cycle. Most of us, what that looks like is we're not making as much money as we want to. So what do? We work more hours. We work Saturday and we work Sunday. We work 6, 7 days a week. So that, maybe if we only work 5 days a week, we can only pay ourselves $40,000 a year based on our income. But if we work 5, 6 or 7 days a week, we could make potentially, 70,000 a year or 65 or whatever it is. Like we can make extra money by we working weekends or working, 12-hour days, working 80 hours a week, 100 hours a week. And so we start doing that. And when you're in your 20s and you're young and dumb, it's like, I can do this. And you can, because your body can hold up. You can work 12-hour days, 16-hour days, because you're young and you can do that. But when you get older, your body won't let you do that. And the more you do it as a youngster, the shorter time you're going to be able to do it as you get older, because you're going to beat your body to hell. And so you can't sustain that level forever. But that's where we're at. And so we work until we're working all the time. We've got the money we want, but we're working all the time. And then if you're married or have a girlfriend or friends, hey, you're never around, you never want to hang out, you never want to go party, whatever. And so you're like, okay, you're right. I need to chill out. I'm burning out. And so you stop working, and you're not working weekends because you want to spend time with the family. And then all of a sudden your income just goes back down to that 40,000 or whatever it was you were paying yourself. And that lasts for about a month or two until the wife starts complaining about, hey babe, we're running a little low on money. We need some more money if we want to be able to do this and this and pay the bills. Okay, I guess I'll have to work more. At no point in our brain does it ever come across, you know what? I should just charge more money. I wonder if I could just charge an extra $10 an hour or $20 an hour or $500 a day or whatever it is. If I just charge more money, I would actually make more money. It's a crazy thought, but we never have that thought. We never simply say, I could just charge more money and then I won't have to work weekends ever again. We just keep going on that cycle, the crazy cycle. Work a bunch of hours, get burnt out, slack off, lose our income, go back, work a bunch of hours till we get burnt out again, slack off, and it just repeat for months and years. That's where we're at. And then it's like, hey, why don't you go join this coaching program over here? They really helped me in my business. Oh, I don't need help with that. I don't need help with that. I can build houses. I can build a house from the ground up, the whole thing myself. I don't need somebody to help me tell me how to grow a business. That's most of the conversations. The ones that do reach out, who are interested in getting help, and they're like, hey, I want you to completely transform my business so that I can live the lifestyle that I want, make an extra $100,000-$200,000 a year in income, really just completely transform my business. But I really don't want to pay you too much money. I only want to pay you like a couple $100 for you to completely change my life. And I'm like, well, here's the investment. It's cheap. No, I can't afford that. I can't afford that. I don't want to spend that much money. I can't afford that. I don't want to go in debt. I don't want to take out a loan. I don't want to do any of that stuff. I just want you to fix my business for as little amount of money as possible so that I can live the kind of life that I want. And I'm telling you, in the last 2 years, this is me. Just in the last 2 years, I've spent over $30,000 on education for myself, coaching programs, accountability programs, courses, books. I've spent over $30,000 in the last 2 years investing in myself because your net worth is equal to your self-worth. And if you keep making excuses as to why you can't invest in yourself, then you'll be making excuses as to why your business never made it. And that's a fact. That's a cold, hard fact. Jacob on here says contracting has some of the lowest business intelligence I've ever seen. Unfortunately, I agree with you. I agree with you because the cost of entry is very low. The cost of entry is very, very low, right? I mean, you could start a contracting business today. If you're a painter, you're working for somebody else and you're a painter and you're like, you know what, screw it. This guy, I can make as much money as him. And you could start a painting business tomorrow and you could get some clients, within a couple weeks. All of your friends and family, of course, they're going to hire you because you're at half the price because you don't know what you're doing. And so they're like getting a good deal. And so you're doing that. And then all of a sudden you're in business for yourself. All of a sudden you're a business owner. but you never actually got any kind of business acumen during that process. It's all about, well, as long as you do good work, as long as you do high quality work, then you'll have all the business you need. Well, that may be true. That may be true that if you do high quality work, you'll have all the business you need, but that doesn't help you with business itself. It doesn't help you with how to hire people, how to train people, how to market your business. It doesn't help you with sales. It doesn't help you with any of that stuff. And I thought I was really good at sales because I had like a 90% close rate. Just turned out I was too cheap and very likable. People trusted me. And so it was a high conversion rate. And I was like, I'm good at sales, man. I'm good. All I got to do is get in front of them. People eat it up. I could sell them all day long. So you look at my numbers and my numbers sucked. And then I actually went and got training several years ago on some sales training. And then I realized, holy shit, I'm actually not very good at sales. Because when you can sell jobs at 50% or higher gross profit, then you can say you're good at sales. It's easy to be good at sales when you're the cheapest contractor. Even when and by the way, I was like, I'm not cheap. I tell customers like I'm not the cheapest guy. And then come to find out, like I wasn't the cheapest guy, but I was cheaper than other people. I just didn't know any better. And that was a fact. Like I thought I was more expensive. Turns out I wasn't even like average. My prices were like below average. And here I am doing very high quality, like I could have been charging 10% more than the highest guy in my town because of the experience and the quality that I was putting out. I was just too stupid to realize that I could charge more for the exact same thing. And then once I realized it, I was like, wow, I can charge way more. Not only can I charge more, I can charge more than everyone else. Like even more than what I think I should be charging, I could charge more because people will pay for it because I actually produced a high quality, high value experience. But I've never taken a business class ever, but I know how to run a business. Evan says, I've told a close friend about the sales accelerator, and all I hear is chicken. I'm assuming that's a chicken, Evan. Yeah, man. Evan, I hear this all the time too. I tell contractors locally, hey, dude, you should check out this group. I'm all right, man. I'm good. I just got to get some better help. If I could just get some better help, I'd be doing really good. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then a year later, hey, did you ever get that help? No, man, nobody wants to work. People just don't want to work. That's weird because I got clients that are hiring people all the time, making great money in their business, living the lifestyle that they want. Like it's weird. Like you're having a different experience. a little bit of sarcasm there. It's not weird. It's pride. It's ego. That's what keeps us from growing, guys. It's pride and ego. So we're about 30 minutes in. I'm out of my core content that I want to talk to you about. If you guys have questions, throw them in the chat, and I'll answer them for you. Otherwise, we will button it up here and head out. But more than happy to stay on a little bit longer if you got specific questions that you may have, may want some answers or may want help with, and give you some more value. I'm gonna wait a second while if you guys want to put any comments or questions in the chat, and I'm gonna take a drink out of my big 1 gallon water jug. So while we're waiting too, if you got any questions, TikTok, I don't think you know this. There's a few of you guys on here. If you're interested, this Thursday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'm doing a free sneak peek into our sales training that we do each week inside my Sales Accelerator program. I have the Profit Club is my all-inclusive business coaching, and then I have a Sales Accelerator program, which is only sales and nothing but sales. And we do a weekly training call every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, where we break down different parts of the sales process. We a lot of times we'll do role plays with each other and then critique that, what we do right, what we do wrong. It's a very powerful way to increase your sales. And you guys are welcome to come to that. It's free. And that's this Thursday. There is a form to register for it. There is no replay available. You have to be on the call if you want to get access to it. There will be real information. It's not a sales pitch or anything. It's real training. You're literally going to sit in on our weekly call that we have, and you will have some gold nuggets. Like I promise you will take some gold nuggets away. You'll probably hear some things that you've never heard before in regards to sales. So I don't have it up yet on my TikTok page, but I will put it up there. If you go to my profile and there's a link, there's a couple links in there. You can get access to my Facebook group if you're not already. And then inside that Facebook group, there is the form to sign up, or you can just send me a message on TikTok or wherever. If you're watching this, send me a message, and I will show you how to log into there and get to it. Evan says, I paid one night from another coaching company for $97. It was not good. So Evan's saying he paid $90, and I've done that too. Evan said he paid $97 for a one night of training type thing, and it was not very good. So that happens too, guys. I mean, sometimes you buy things that don't work out. Here, I'll give you a little secret hack here. This people didn't tell me this until recently. If you buy a course, read a book, join a program, pay for coaching, whatever it is that you're paying for, okay, where you pay good money, and that particular product or program or coach or whatever is not that good. In other words, they made a bunch of big promises, you join the program, and then it's not that good. It's really your responsibility to extract the value out of that program. And there's lots of ways you can do that. You can go in and extract information. It's not just like, here's the training videos that we have available, and if those training videos don't answer your question, well, then I guess I got screwed out of that money. It's like, no, how can I extract more value out of this program? Can I call the coach and see if he'll give me more information? Can I talk to other people in the program and extract information from them? Like, it's your responsibility to extract the value out of it, even if it's not delivering what they promised. And when I heard that, I was like, that's gold. I mean, I have, one of my coaches that I have, he was talking about, they joined $50,000 and $100,000 masterminds where they're paying $50,000 a year, $100,000 a year to be in these mastermind groups with very high level individuals. And some of the ones that they've joined are not very good. There's not much value, and it's his responsibility to extract that value. So that's just a little tip for you. Like, don't just buy a book like this book sucks. Find a way to extract the value, at least the value that you paid for. Now, that being said, I promise you, the value in my course is there. It is undervalued as far considering what the investment is. We had one question that said, how do you find project on the internet to be able to bid them? Are you doing commercial projects? Alex, are you doing commercial? I don't know on commercial. There's lots of bidding websites you can go to, but then you're going to bid against a bunch of other people. I don't know. I don't have much help for you on that. It's where a website you can go to bid on jobs. Commercial, yeah. That's one thing I don't really have that much experience with, Alex, unfortunately, is bidding on jobs for commercial work. Most of the time it's done through networking. That's how most jobs get won anyways. I don't know if you know that. Like, especially in government, if you bid on government contracts, it's almost always who you know. Right? That's the whole scam bullcrap that the US government does. That's why Joe Biden's uncle is a multimillionaire, because he got a contract for a solar panel company and the guy never even worked a day in his life in the field. But somehow he won like a $50 million solar panel contract. So that's like who you know, that type of stuff. So I would start developing relationships with realtors and other people that you don't compete with in the trades, and that way they can kind of give you an in. You need an in. When you're an outsider, it's more difficult. Any other questions, guys? If not, then I will end it there. Give you one more minute. Anybody on TikTok that wants to come to the free training, throw a 3 in the comments. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Like I said, if you want more information about the Sales Accelerator, handy Andy. I don't know if. Hey, Matt, good to see you, man. Matt's in the Sales Accelerator. I see him here on TikTok. Handy Andy, I can try to see if I can figure out a way to message you once I get off here. I'm already following you. Okay. If you can, man, send me a message on TikTok. Just send me a private message, and then I'll get you hooked up on that call. It'll be worth it, I promise. Yeah, it's free. It's free. It's a free training on some sales stuff. So just if you're on TikTok, guys, shoot me a message or go to my profile and join my free Facebook group, and then you can get information there. You can also email me, info@hammerandgrind.com. You can at me, Instagram, Hammer and Grind Podcast. There's lots of ways you can get a hold of me, and shoot me a message, and I'll get you access to that. It's this Thursday, though. This Thursday, and you got to pre-register for it. Okay, so don't wait till Thursday at 6:30 and like shoot me a message, tell me you want to jump on the call. Anyway, so the Sales Accelerator program, we're doing that free coachings this Thursday. The Sales Accelerator program is very underpriced right now. The price is going to go up pretty soon. It's going to be more than double what it is right now. Currently, it's $600. Just tell you right now, the Sales Accelerator program is $600, and you get all the training videos that come with it for lifetime access. And then you get 2 months of free access to our private Facebook group and the weekly training call that you're going to have access to this week. So you get 2 months of that for free. And then after that, it goes to $99 per month to have access to the group and the training calls. So it's $600 one-time fee. lifetime access to the training. That includes any additional things that I add to that, which I do add stuff to that. And that, I mean, it's nothing. It's like pennies on the dollar. $600 is nothing, guys. It's nothing for what you get out of that group. I promise you. Yeah, Duncan says it's a steal. It is. Some of the guys in my profit club are kind of pissed because it is the exact sales program that I have inside the profit club that they paid a lot of money to have access to. So like they paid a lot of money. I mean, there's other things in the profit club, but that's part of it. And Duncan says it's highway robbery. It is. That's why the price is going up, Duncan. It's going to be more than double that here and shortly. It'd probably be closer to $1,500 here in the next month for the home study course, the training. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna head off here. I gotta go pick up my little one from school, and I appreciate you hanging out with me. And again, reach out to me if you want to access. Even if you're just anything, if you have struggling with something and you want some guidance or help, just reach out to me, and I'll be sure to help you with that. So I appreciate you all hanging out with me. Have a great rest of your day. I hope to see you Thursday on the call. Thank you.